Hello everybody, welcome to Raw Intuitive. I am Nas, and on this channel I'm doing tarot pick card readings to empower you to make better decisions in alignment with your highest good. I believe that we do have free will and we do make choices in our everyday life that affect our reality. However, we can get some spiritual guidance from tarot, and tarot serves as a bridge between us and the world, so we can reflect on the energies that surround us and that are going to be propelled in the future. So this reading is going to be for those of us who are single and are considering a relationship with a particular person. So we are going to be looking at the energies that surround this question from your side, from their side, and what you can expect in the near future, maybe 6 to 8 weeks from now, and what are the advice cards that we get. So remember that this is just a general reading, so some messages might be for you, some other messages might be for other people. This is absolutely fine. Do remember to tune into your own intuition and to take only what resonates. Also, do remember that energies are super fluid, so in case we take some actions or in case we are inactive for some reason, things might change. And this is absolutely fine. We are the masters of our own life, of our own free will. We should be taking a creative role in our own life. And this is amazing. And for those of you who are interested in personal readings, I opened up personal readings on Fiverr, so if you're interested, go check out the link. I will place it in the description box. So without further ado, take 3 deep breaths. Now that you're hopefully more grounded and more centered, you can pick a pile that calls you the most. Remember to listen to the messages that resonate. Okay? I wish you all love and luck, and stay blessed, stay tuned, and I see you in the timestamps down below. Hello everybody who picked group number 1. Right now we are going to be having a look at the new relationship that you're considering, what you should know about this relationship. We are going to have a look at what has led you to this relationship, what is the situation around your mental, physical, emotional state, what's up with your person, what are the energies that they are representing right now by themselves, because it's important to understand their state, and also how they're likely to treat you. We're going to have a look at some advice cards, and lastly we're going to have a look at the next stage in this relationship. The time period, the time horizon that we are looking into is probably 4 to 6, 8 weeks. So let's get started with your energy, with what has led you to this relationship that you're considering right now. The first card we have here is the 5 of Materials in reverse. Does talk to us about you overcoming some financial struggle, maybe some health issue, maybe something in the material world that used to be a problem for you. Right now you're overcoming this and you are ready to share something better with the world. It looks like you've also been conflicted about something for a while. Maybe this conflict energy is still present in your field. Beware of that. And do consider it, because this can be actually the motivation for this relationship. It can either motivate you to team up with somebody, or you might be looking for a reflection of yourself in the other person. So beware of that. Recently, you might have had lack mindset, and now you're flipping it. Now you're reaching out. Now you're reaching out for help. So the person who you are getting into a relationship with, who you're thinking about in relationship term, it can be a helping hand for you right now. Either you feel it or it's hard for you to acknowledge, but this can be the true motive for you to enter this relationship. Take it as resonates. If it resonates, you know it's your message. It's very interesting because you seem to be quite competitive. It's very interesting because you stopped competing with yourself it looks like, and now you start competing with others. You start showing yourself to the world. The Seven of Inspiration, the Seven of Wands, is usually the test card. It's usually the card to test your strength, test your skill, test your will, and show yourself in the outside world. Maybe through this competition with others, you're shining your light and people start noticing you. Look at her, she's pushing the boundaries, she's building her own boundaries. It can also be that right now you are in a process of building healthy boundaries with the world and in the process of defining who you are for the world. So take it as resonates and consider it. Maybe it is motivation for your relationship. It's up to you to decide whether or not you would like to proceed with the relationship. Remember that. But also remember that these energies can be reflected in your partner either right now or later on. So let's have a look at your person, and it's very interesting that your person also has this fiery energy, and their emotional state, I would say, is a little bit imbalanced, judging by the justice in reverse. They could have been not very serious in their emotional life prior to meeting you. I'm not saying that this is the energy that is directed to you, but they are seen as a very, very attractive person. At the same time, the emotional state might flip here and there, and also they kind of do not know what is right and what is wrong and how to assess the situation. But it looks like they really love challenging the situation mentally, so they might be doing certain things just to challenge somebody's opinion of them or somebody's opinion on traditional things. The Hierophant, upright and reverse, is usually a very strong spiritual card, and because it's here in their mental state, it looks like they have their core, but their core might be operating on let me prove you wrong kind of energy. It's very similar to the Hangman, but here the person is sort of trying to flip things, to show them to the world, to show the inner truth of things to the world, which is very interesting. Maybe you have found your partner in crime, and this is maybe why you're so connected with each other. And also let's have a look at their physical world, like how their material world looks like. And they've been pretty tired recently, so pay attention to that, because it can affect your relationship and how they relate to you and how you relate to them. At the same time, it looks like you have something in common, because Five of Pentacles, Five of Wheels in reverse is coming up in your reading and coming up in their reading. So this might be a common ground for your connection, is overcoming the financial burdens, financial obstacles, and maybe you guys could do it together. You have a lot of fighty energy. Maybe while you were fighting for those things, you met that person, which is very interesting. Right now, things are not very easy in the world. I'm filming it in 2020, end of 2020. Although the reading is timeless, the events can repeat themselves, and this person that you're thinking about, they can be just tired. They just need some quiet place for contemplation and some place to be safe and secure, to be within those four walls. So take it as it resonates, and different messages can be for different people. Not everything might be describing your person, but you have to consider that the emotional state might not be very balanced right now, and they could have been a player previously. However, it looks like that for you, they have this very, very special attitude and this special gift of love that they're bringing towards the Empress. Look at this, how beautiful it is. And you could be playing this part where you don't look very interested at first, but later on you might develop some feelings. Look at them, they are bringing their gift of love to you further into the future. They are making their friendly offer. This is usually somebody who does not have who is not fully mature emotionally, Or maybe they are, maybe it's just their action, but they are moving towards you, they are ready to make this step towards you, and they are ready to cross this river. And also, what's important about the knights in tarot, they represent moving energy, so water is not the fastest energy in tarot, so things will feel very natural, things will feel like they're flowing, that like they're nurturing. You will feel nurtured. It's very interesting because in this deck, the Empress card is connected with water. As you can see here, she is standing in water, and he's bringing his cup. So this person is actually ready to fill you up with some emotional energy, which is healing and which is going to be very beneficial for you. Also, I see somebody, probably they have been online, probably they have been on dating websites, but they seem to have made their choice towards you. They seem to have stopped choosing between partners, choosing between different options, and now they actually know what they want. And now they're sort of like impatient to act almost right now. Look at that, however. They might not see the opportunity. They might not see the opportunity to act. So they do feel this urge to go for you, but because maybe take it as resonates, right? This is a general reading, but if you're turning your back onto them, if you're not showing your interest in them, they won't invest long term. They used to be sort of like a player kind of energy, but this is very healing and this is very abundant. So take it as resonates. But this person, they seem to have made a decision and they would want to move forward, but they don't know how. They feel like the world separates you. Maybe you live in different countries, maybe you don't talk too much. They don't know how to reach out to you, and they also might, because they have this energy right here, they might feel like they need to finish something before they can start a new cycle with you. The Page of Wands is an initiator energy, so this is like a new opportunity that comes impersonated as a person, and they maybe don't see it happening right now. They don't know how to approach it because some cycle hasn't closed yet. They're working through certain things, and to me it's like they have to end something before they start a relationship with you, or they might need to relocate, something like that. They have the feeling, but they just don't know how to do it in practical terms. Also, because the Page of Wands is a little bit immature. He or she is even more immature than the Knight of Wands. So in this sense, they have to grow up. They have to balance themselves out. Although mentally, they're very strong, but they're in reverse. They are out of balance. Either they are too conflicted in their mental field, or they are just too busy showing other people what the world really looks like, ignoring their own inner calling. Well, let's see the advice cards. What are we seeing here? What you could do in order to nurture this relationship, how you could approach this relationship, what you should know about this relationship. Well, as I said, first of all, we have the Empress card here, and she is flourishing in her garden. This is your state of abundance, your mindset of abundance, and this guy right here, he's building for long term. So the first tip, the first idea here is to be open to receive, love. Do not close down. And also, it is about receiving love as it comes, not putting mental constraints onto it. This card is talking about, when it's upright, it's talking about you needing help and you not seeing help or not asking for help when you need it. So this mindset, it has to be left in the past, forget about it. And the Empress upright, advises you to enjoy yourself. She advises you to invest into projects that are going to flourish. And right here, the Eight of Coins is about long-term investment, also about nourishing your physical body, doing things that might take some time to develop, like going to the gym or eating healthy. It can be time consuming. It can be time consuming in terms that you have to do it every day to see the result, but the result is always very beautiful. And this everyday activity, just pay attention to this everyday activity is nurturing you from inside out, and you glow. Look at her, she is glowing. Look at the position of the cards. Nurturing inside out. And this relationship, if you think about this relationship, first nurture yourself and try to nurture the relationship in the long term. Think about that. This person, could have been through something emotionally. They could have been through something mentally and physically. Think about the long term. Don't rush into a relationship. Take your time. You have time. They are coming towards you with an offer. Take your time. Enjoy yourself. Think about yourself, your physical health and physical abundance first, because you've been through something as well. The oracle card is medicine, and this is card number 20, which boils down to 2. Here we see the spirit, and the card says, lead by example, share your knowledge with others. This card talks about 2 things. The first thing is that as an advice, well, first of all, tap into your own potential. You have medicine close by. Do not forget that you can reach out to people who can help. And also, this card is telling us that you can reach out. There is a person in your surroundings who you can reach out to in order to get some advice, and this advice is most probably going to be friendly, and it can be an elder person, it can be your older brother, your older sister, your older friend, or just somebody who had experience with a similar situation. Because whatever we are going through, we are not the only one who's been going through this. Just pay attention to your own state, because you seem to have gone through quite some things, and you're still going through quite some things, and maybe you've had shared experience with this person. Maybe it makes sense to take things slow and also to listen to advice of some other people. If you need help of a professional, maybe you're going to psychotherapy, this is great. Just bring up this question of this relationship in your next session. So how do we see this relationship develop into the next stage? And into the next stage, what we see is, the next stage we are talking about is maybe within 6 to 8 weeks. So we have some time. Don't worry if you notice some patterns, just pay attention to them. And the first thing that we see here is the High Priestess. She holds the keys to the mystery. The waxing moon here, so you can use this as an indicator, as a sign for when to take action, when not to take action. If the moon is waxing, then things of love and friendship and dedication are supposed to grow, are supposed to multiply, the abundance here, and you will notice that. Trust your intuition, and your intuition will be telling you things, what to do, what not to do. So pay attention to moon cycles. If you want to do meditations, meditate on things that you want to increase during the waxing moon cycle, after the new moon. And if you want some things to decrease, meditate on the waning moon, so you can get rid of some potential blockages and some impurities in your energetic field. It's also very, very interesting that somebody in this relationship, it looks like somebody's sabotaging it a little bit by not taking action too fast. Like somebody's thinking this might be too good. The Empress card in reverse here. Somebody here in this relationship, either you or the other person, is sabotaging it. It's very interesting because your person right now, they have stopped choosing. They have made their choice that you are what they want. Essentially, the Empress card is upright, Seven of Cups in reverse, and later the situation flips. And why this can happen? This can happen because somebody is taking too much time or is failing to appreciate the other person. This is just unfair, I feel. This is just unfair. Anyway, if this is your person, I would say you would need to talk to somebody who knows your situation, who you can confide with, and also who would not take advantage of your situation and will be in a way impartial, who loves you. Also, you would know when the advice is right and when the advice is wrong, and you might also have very solid intuition regarding the situation. It's also very interesting because the High Priestess and the Empress, sometimes this combination is talking about several parties involved in the situation, so it can be a love triangle kind of a thing. So take your time, do not plunge into this relationship, okay? Just first, as I said, invest in yourself long term. Talk to people who are enriching your experience, and also just trust your intuition. If something feels fishy, it can as well be fishy. If your person is choosing between you and somebody else, you most probably will be aware of that. If you're not aware of that, it's not something that I'm breaking the news right now. So you will be aware of that. There is a chance, there is a possibility that this is a new person. As I said, they're conflicted emotionally, they're a little bit out of balance and they don't know what to do. So it can affect their decision making. So don't turn your back, first of all, on yourself and on their offer. Enjoy their offer. We also have the last oracle card, the Swan. It's number 40, which boils down to 4. And the swans are the representation of true love. It is the representation of the long-term love, the love where we choose our partner for the lifetime. This is the lifetime love. It can be that this person is representing your true love. It can be that you are representing your love. It can also be that you should pay attention to people who are paying attention to you. So pay attention to signs of true love and care in your surroundings. I wanted this to be sort of like the outcome card, and in the outcome card, it does send the following message. Everything is prepared for the fullness to open around you. You are being released from an old pattern. Dare to believe in success. Expect love to come into your life in new ways, where the child in you plays once more in the sunshine and shares the earth's splendor, now shining with gold. You have nurtured a dream. Now is the time to give birth. A new chapter is beginning in your life. Let others come close. Believe in magic. So this is the message from this oracle card, and I really want you to guys to focus on yourself and start feeling yourself. Start feeling what's good for you and what's upsetting you, what makes you happy, and based on these signs from your own body, from your own true self, you'll be able to figure out the situation. Don't fall madly deeply in love just because you want to fall in love. Fall in love once you fall in love, and it will be the right place and the right time. Overall, guys, I see that you do deserve some good treatment, some good love, some self-respect, some self-love, and do talk to elder people who might be of help for you. Okay, so these are all the messages that I received for you guys today regarding the new relationship that you're considering, that you might be thinking about. I hope it brought you some clarity, some messages that resonated. Please like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, it helps the messages reach more people who might need to hear them. I will link my Instagram account for oracle cards, so you can look into them and you can actually save the posts to contemplate over them. maybe if you're interested. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you all in the next reading. Hello everybody who chose pile number 2. This is your reading about the next relationship that you're considering. Without further ado, let's go into your energies. Well, first of all, there is a lot of mental conflict kind of a thing going on into your life right now. A lot of mental energies where you just try to decide what to do, what not to do. First of all, let's start with the Three of Inspiration. There is a lot of fiery energy and airy energy, which is getting us into like an explosive state. First of all, the Three of Inspiration in reverse. It looks like you tried doing something. It can be in your work, it can be a passion project, it can be a relationship actually. You might be very impatient to have this relationship. You have set your ways, you have expressed your opinion, probably you have expressed your attitude, or you think you have, towards the person, and now you're just waiting for things to happen, but you are impatient. Be patient. You seem to have a lot on your plate. You seem to have a lot on your plate, a lot of maybe people who you try to communicate to. Maybe it's a lot of responsibilities from different fields of life. Some of those responsibilities might not even be your responsibilities. It's just the things that people ask you to do and you agree to do them because you're a nice person, and you might have this feeling that you need to do things that other people ask you to do because you feel responsible. You're just a responsible person. This is who you are. But you might feel overwhelmed. There is not a single thing you can take on. So think about it in terms of a relationship. If you have too many things on your plate, how can you take anything else? Okay? This is maybe why you're so impatient. Maybe you're impatient to get rid of this burden. As I'm saying burden, it can be that you need to prioritize things, and if the person seems important to you enough, it can be that you need to reprioritize other things or just make time for them. You know, when we try to manifest things, we need to make space for those things. And right now, I feel like you don't have space, and maybe you try to have space, but you try to make this mental trip and try to reimagine things. Things just keep coming back to what they used to be. When we see the Six of Swords in reverse, it can be a mental trip back to your ex-partner. It can be that this person that we are looking at right now is either your ex, or it can be a person similar to your ex, or it can be a person who you think can help you solve the issues that your ex could not solve. So there is some connection to the past. This is what I'm trying to say, I guess. And maybe it could have been better if you tried to let go of certain things, but you couldn't. You didn't make it somehow. It's not a good, not bad, but consider that if there is something that you should have resolved in the past, maybe you have to walk through it before. And also, it's very interesting, I see one more indication of an ex here, is that Seven of Wands in reverse is repeated twice in their energy towards you and in your advice card. So it can be an ex, because the Seven of Wands is like the conflict energy and it's going down with the reverse position. So it can be somebody you had a connection with. So it's not like a fully new connection. So let's start with their energy, with their emotional energy first. Well, just like you, they are quite impatient. But they are a little bit further in their journey in terms of the impatience. They sort of planted quite a lot of seeds, and they are not just waiting, they cannot wait any longer. They seem to be happy to meet you, to know you, and right now they seem to be quite well supported by the community. They might be part of some community, which gives them solid grounds in the material world. The energy of celebration is around them. They could have been their emotional life is very warm, very soft. They might be impatient to start off a new relationship, and they might be inviting other people to enter this gate that they built, that they have, like this is an invitation for somebody. And what's happening in their mental life is actually quite interesting, because here we have the 5 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Cups upright. So I would say their friend group is playing a big role in what they're thinking, in what their feeling can be, and this is the group in this case that is bringing them happiness and fulfillment. They sort of are overcoming some sorrow, some grief. They lost something, and now they're turning their eyes onto something that they actually have. So they're overcoming the sorrow, the lack mindset. And in the physical, in the mental realm, they are strong. They are so strong. They're not always making the right decision, but they're strong. They're strong and they're powerful. They're connected with their inner instincts. Although I would say that their inner instincts are not always connected to them. I mean, they're not always making the right choices for themselves, but they're very strong. They're very passionate in the material world. If you are thinking about what kind of field they might be in, this field might require some physical strength, like an athlete, sportsman. It can be that they are making decision in terms of, like, it can be a physician. They can do something related to the body. They can be making unpopular decisions. This is what I'm feeling. And at the same time, they would have respect from their team. They would have appreciation from the outer world. That's what I'm hearing. It's very interesting also because this Ace of Swords is pointing up to the mental realm. So it can be that they're actually working with their friends, or they're closely in touch with their friend group. It's a very interesting energy in this combination right here. What is their intention towards you? An interesting question, right? They definitely see your potential for the long term. The 10 of Cups. It's right in the middle between the Queen of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Wands in reverse. So as I said, they could have had some conflict experience with you. You could have had something to share with them, but it didn't turn out as well as they expected to. They see you as a long-term partner, and they also might be a little bit hesitant, so they might be having some conflict within them. This is one message for some people. For other people is that they feel like they have to fight for you. For other people, the message is that you used to fight, but it's not there anymore. They want to mend it. The Queen of Wands in reverse, I'm a little bit conflicted about this card. Let me ask something additional about it. Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse here? So it could be that either they don't feel very self-sufficient, or they don't feel worthy of you. They are sort of shy. They're shying away from you. This is one option. This is one message for somebody. If you feel this is true, that they are not, they feel like they don't deserve you, it can be one message. But for other people, it can be the exact opposite. They might feel like they feel very nice. They feel really, really nice in their own field. So they can be thinking, maybe I don't need a partner, maybe I need just a friend. And they can be like not seeing the value in this passion between you both. It can be that they are just ready to accept that you're just friends without fight. It can be that they're very happy with you. They feel very happy with you. They feel very fulfilled with you. And I'm really wondering if this is the person that you just met, or this is somebody you've known for a while. It's very interesting. I have a feeling that they have feelings for you, but they don't know how to express it properly, so you accept it. they see value in you, like as a person, but at the same time they might be hurt from their some past sorrows that's still on their mind actually, and their friends. It can be the third party situation, somebody else who is, and when I say third party, I don't mean like a different relationship, a different person in their life. I mean that there is a different person, but they might be like from their work, it can be their friend, it can be their work by itself, somebody else who's like, who they like. So maybe they like their work, you know, something that they like doing, something they like doing for other people. It can be that this is distracting them from other thoughts, and it looks like they're still going through some healing process. It can be that they are overcoming some breakup, which can be indicated in the Five of Cups. So take it as resonates. But I feel that they do see you as this very self-sufficient person, and they want to offer something to you, but maybe they are afraid to be rejected. Maybe they are afraid to be rejected. Maybe they had a similar experience with a similar person previously. Or not a similar person, but you know what I mean. A different person. So the advice cards in your situation for this relationship that you're asking about is to take it serious, actually. Is to take your mental health serious, and to take their mental health serious. To set the expectations and set the boundaries. First of all, know that you are not competing with anybody but yourself. At the same time, there is this feeling that something else is interfering into this relationship. It can be other people that they're listening to. It can be your own lot. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's your work, maybe it's something that you like doing, maybe you don't have enough space, enough time. Do not overindulge into things that you don't need in life. You need to set your priorities straight with this person, and first of all set them within yourself. They see you as happiness, they see you as long-term potential. They don't want to fight. If you used to fight, they are overcoming this energy, and the advice to you is also to let go of this conflict energy, let go of this conflict situation, but do take your happiness seriously. It's also, the advice is like, because Nine of Cups upright is the card of a wish being fulfilled. So for some of you, it can be this is not really what you want. It can be that take a second look at it, don't fight, but take a second look at it and take it as it is. Do not invent things that are not there. The Tree of Life, this is your Oracle card, and I like how it speaks to the Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups is, the Nine of Coins is the card of a good work day, and the Nine of Cups is the card of a good holiday. Tree of Life is talking to the Nine of Cups in reverse and also the Ten of Cups, and it is talking about building solid foundations for life and for happiness. So think long term and think about healing. You should be thinking about things that are supporting you, because this person, they do see you as self-sufficient and the person who can work on their dreams and to build their reality. They are impatient at the same time. So this is might be why they're so conflicted. They want to invite you to this party, but you might have different expectations in life and different aspirations in life. Okay, so the Tree of Life is inviting you to build solid foundations. It is so beautiful. It is so strong, such a strong, beautiful tree. Make sure that this is the relationship that you want to carry with you long term. Right now, you don't have any energy to be playing with anyone. Let's see how this relationship is likely to play out within the next 6 to 8 weeks, which is going to be an interesting short-term projection. Well, first of all, we do see the Three of Cups again here and the Justice in reverse, which sends a pretty interesting message that the three people or the group of friends is sort of throwing it off balance. I see other people that are influencing this relationship. There are so many people in here. The person or you, for somebody, it's really, really hard to make this decision because you just don't know what to say, really. You don't have an idea of how to balance things out. So you have to be, actually, as I said, focusing on the long term, focusing on what you want in particular. Because this person, it looks like this is a very friendly energy, okay? It's either that the person that you're asking about or it's you, and it's very kind, it's very loving. The King of Cups. He represents very responsible emotional energy. He's very comfortable in his feelings, and he's able to give love and kindness responsibly to you. He's not manipulative. He's not playing you. He's not like the Knight of Wands in reverse. He's open, and you can build a solid foundation with this person in case you both are ready for it. Because the Lovers in reverse, it indicates the choice, but the choice is it's a very hard choice. It looks like a very hard choice, and you both would have to make your bet. Who you are choosing. There is a potential for love here. There is a potential for connection here, but just be sure to not flunk it, because the third party situation, it can be that it's throwing you off balance. Some friend group, maybe parents, maybe somebody else, some third party interest is throwing the situation off balance, throwing this relationship off balance. It can be that right now, at this time, it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right time, maybe it's not the right place, maybe you're surrounded by the wrong people, but it's really hard to make this choice. At the same time, the offer is being made, the offer of support and the offer of friendship. I understand that you might not want to be friends with that person, but it also might be that it will take time to flip these lovers upright. Just do not pressure. Do not pressure. Build the foundation. This is the time to build foundation. Another card that we have here is the Star Warrior, and I wanted it to be sort of like the result card for the nearest future, 6 to 8 weeks. And this card is talking about somebody, you or your person, fighting for your own inner truth. And in a way, it is very similar to Justice. If you see the sword here, fighting and being unapologetically you. This card does not give you the final answer of whether or not you will be with this person. I see very powerful emotional energy here. It's just like a little bit conflicted of what you and they want, whether or not you do have place for each other in your lives. But this is the card where you feel you yourself being uplifted and guided. And also when you know what's right and you know what's wrong, and you choose to act upon it. So this card does bring clarity. You might expect a message within 3 to 8 weeks that will change your outlook on the situation, on your life, on this person, on your relationship. It can be something that will throw you off balance in a way in this relationship, but at the same time it will bring you great peace and great happiness, and you will know what is worth fighting for. Alright guys, so these are all the messages that I received for you regarding the new relationship that you're considering. I hope it was helpful. I wish you guys luck with your current state, with whatever you're going through right now. Your person also has certain things that they have to work through, and we all have to respect each other's conditions. They do see you as happiness. They do want to invest into you, although they might feel that you are very independent and they could have been hurt in the past and they might be afraid to fail you. So the advice here is just to invest in the long term, not fight. There is no reason to fight, and do invest in the long term. You've had some fun days and now it's time to work, and in the short term, 6 to 8 weeks, you can expect something that will bring you clarity, but there is a solid potential for friendship and for good quality connection in this relationship, be aware of friend groups, your friend groups and their friend groups, or any kind of third parties that might influence your thinking, that might throw you off balance, because you know what to do. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please give the video a thumb up. I really appreciate it. It's super cool that the channel is growing. So leave the comments down below. Tell me what resonated, what did not resonate, how your situation turned out. This is very important. And I'm leaving you on this note. I love you guys. I wish you nothing but love and nothing but love and luck and blessings. And I see you in the next reading. Hello everybody who picked pile number 3. Let's start with your energy when you're entering this relationship, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. I would like to warn you of self-sabotage, because this is what we see happening here in the Seven of Voices. It can be related to different situations. It can be related to your love life directly. It can be related to your career, your relationships with others. It can be that something is just causing you to self-sabotage, to doubt yourself, and it looks like you sort of don't know whether or not you can accept the offer of love, whether or not you're worthy of love, or like of just enjoyment in life. So if you do have this kind of response to life, to offers, to pleasure offers that are being proposed to you, please consider that, and do know that you're worthy of love, that you're worthy of sensual pleasures, that you're worthy of emotional pleasures, you're worthy of love, because there is something in you that resists this change. It's like you're going through something that is happening in your life. It can be very personal and deeply rooted in yourself. It's death in reverse. It's like the cycle that was supposed to be completed, you don't want it to be completed, so you're holding on to it, and it limits your options. It is limiting your options, so do consider that, and know when enough is enough, and do not self-sabotage yourself. Let's look at your person. Your person emotionally, it looks like they're in despair. The Star in reverse, it's the card of hope, but it's in reverse. And given the rest of cards, they seem to be conflicted in their emotions. They don't know what to feel, how to feel in general, not for you, but they are going through something. They had something that they thought it would be long term. It can be their, I want to say, marriage. It can be that they could have been engaged, or they could have been married, they could have been in a long-term committed relationship and it didn't work out the way they wanted it to, and now they just don't know what to feel, how to feel. They feel isolated emotionally. This is the word. They feel isolated and cold. So this Star card is quite cold in reverse. It does give hope, but to reach to this hope, you would need to work on yourself, and one would need to work on yourself. Your person, the person you're asking about, well, you have to know about this emotional isolation, maybe some emotional trauma that they went through, and take it as resonates. If you don't feel it happening, it might not be the case, but for some people it can be what's going on right now. Towards you, there is a certain movement. It's like they're being called to you. They're being called they are being called to experience the feelings for you, to stop fighting and to go out of their isolation. Because in their mental state, it's very interesting that everything that is talking about movement is reversed in their situation. And their mental state, they might be exploring their own depth, what they want, what they need. So because they're conflicted emotionally, they turn onto the inside. This experience of theirs, it could have been quite heavy, and you should also respect that, because if this is a long-term issue, which can be indicated by the Ten of Swords upright. If this is the long-term issue, you should pay respect to that, and you should consider that if they are going through some traumatic experiences, then right now learning to live their life anew. They're rediscovering themselves in their mental plane. They're doing it consciously, but they're very indecisive. They don't know what they want. They're not familiar with themselves in a way. They need to make a decision, but they cannot make decisions right now. In their financial, physical world, they do not indulge into too many things right now. They are being offered certain things, but they think about the things that they didn't have. They think about the things that they didn't have enough of. The Temperance in the reverse is talking about some kind of emotional inner imbalance. They don't know what's the right balance for sensual pleasures, I would say. Their friends might be calling them out. They don't go because they feel like it can be bad for whatever reason, or they go and they overindulge. So their physical behavior, their physical well-being is affected by this emotional state. I wanted to say mental state, but indeed emotional state, because they could have been going through something. They thought that they reached the highest point of happiness with somebody, and it was all gone. So this is sad. Now they don't know what to do. So their own responsibility right now is to heal themselves, but they still have a way to go. They still have some time to figure things out and decide for themselves what they really want. But it's really interesting that you do have the Four of Cups, but in their case I feel like it's a little bit of a different aspect of it. So what are they feeling towards you? What are their emotions towards you? It's very interesting because here people are raising from their tombs, and the Four of Swords in reverse, the Knight is inside the tomb. So when he's reversed, it means that he is going through the transformation. They are going through the transformation. If you believe in reincarnation, it could mean that you have met in the previous lifetime and you're here to resolve some old issues. It can be past life issues. It can be just long-term issues that happen to be in your way, in the way of your partnership. It can be that they were fighting with somebody or you are fighting with somebody, but right now it's time to resolve this issue between you both. And it's like a very strong calling. They just might not know what to do with it because they're generally very confused. And this is a timeless reading, but I'm filming it in 2020, and the world is going a little bit crazy right now in every corner of the world. So the energies are generally quite conflicted. So beware of that. Just know that they have been going through something, and it takes time for them to heal. It takes time for them to move forward because there is a forward movement. So the advice cards are actually the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the card where the mental and the psychological constraints and the psychological pain reaches its maximum, but you see the dawn here. It could have been affecting you or the other person, but the advice here is to address those issues that are long-term, to face them, because once you are able to face them, you can resolve the issues, which is indicated by the Chariot here. You can resolve them and you can finally move forward, and the next jump you make is to the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles, which represents a huge opportunity. So here you've reached this point where you can face it. And the bigger your dreams are, the more painful this card usually is. The more ambitious you are, the harder it hits, because you fall from a higher ground. You know what I mean? At the same time, the Five of Cups in reverse, it does tell you look at your problems, face them, solve them, move on. This is what's happening right now. With you do have to solve these issues of self-sabotage, but the other person, they also have things to work through. So you guys, I feel like if it resonates, if you feel like this is your situation, you both have to work through things separately in order. You are sort of called to each other's lives in order to be able to solve those things. To let go of the past and resolve past issues. It can be past life issues, it can be just very old issues, your childhood trauma, your childhood wounds, but it's time to let go of the past. Stop being the victim of the situation. Stop looking at it from the victim position. The reflection card here, as I said, you have to be operating in a way separately, but you're brought into each other's lives in order to resolve some old conflicts and some old situations. Reflection is telling you, work alone and trust your instinct. You do not have to listen to anybody else to know this. There was another deck where you sort of called to ask for advice, to ask for help. In this situation, in your deck, it's not the case. You're called to pay attention to your own intuition and your own instinct. And also look, the waning moon is it's waning? Yeah, it's waning moon. So you can pay attention to lunar cycles. And if you're making decisions on the waning moon, it's actually very interesting. The waning moon talks about when we want to banish something, we want to banish and let go of something. This is what you need to let go of. These are the things. And those colors are the mental colors, the colors of upper chakras. So something that is happening from your subconscious, from your unconscious, all your patterns that are being released, you need to release them in order to be able to healthily build relationships with this person or with anybody else. And this is really interesting because here, what we see in the next stage, say 6 to 8 weeks, there is a great potential for movement, for moving forward. And there is the Devil card right here, which I think is not talking about temptations, although somebody might be really, really tempted to get you. There is a decision coming forward. Somebody is making this decision, and this person, the Queen of Swords, she has gone through the Ten of Swords. Somebody who's going through this is able to handle the situation and make the step, make the move. So a lot will depend on this energy of the Queen of Swords. Regardless the gender, so whether you're a male or female, whoever in your situation represents the Queen of Swords, it can be you, it can be your person, it can be a third party. I don't see any third party situations here apart from the Five of Wands in reverse, which is just like this conflict energy going down, right? So this person, they are emotional and they are logical and they are able to balance those things. It's very, very important for her to feel things, but to make decisions at the same time and to find the right balance. Also, the Chariot is about balance and about forward movement. It is about making things happen. It is about being determined to make things happen. And the determination is going to play a great role in the next couple of weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, as I said. The Devil card, it might talk about message for some people. You're moving closer to your temptations and you're making the calls, calling the shots. But as well as that, because the Devil is representing our physical world, and it is representing our ego, somebody can be making decisions either to move towards their individuality, because the ego is individualistic, right? So somebody can be making those decisions to move either towards the relationship, if this is in your interest or in their interest, or they can be making those decisions to move from the relationship because of their individual perception of this thing. There is forward movement, but we just don't know yet. It's going to be dependent on whatever you feel is right and whatever your person feels is right, and on this energy of combining emotions and this right balance between emotions and the mental world. Do pay attention though. You need to go through the 10 of Swords lessons. Your mental patterns. The devil is also talking about the mental patterns and past connections, past things that used to tempt you or maybe are tempting you right now, the hooks that are linking you to the physical world. It's very important to consider, you guys. And the last oracle card, which I intended to be the outcome card for the next couple of weeks, is the Violet, and this is a fairy, and she is the one that holds the power. To me, she's somehow talking to the Queen of Wands, but also to the Queen of Swords. Actually, she's independent and she's able to choose to whom she gives her heart, to whom she gives her attention. So it is the person that you choose that is going to receive your attention, your heart, your emotions, and they should make their call, whether they're going forward, whether they're not going forward. Just be aware that you do have to make this decision by yourself. If you feel like you really need some advice, some guidance, I'm not telling you to not talk to anybody, but internally you should be ready to make this decision yourself, and you should be, by that I mean, you should be able to take the responsibility for this decision. This card is saying no one can take your power. You are secure in love and light. The right to choose and hold a lover is yours. So I have a feeling that this might be you, and you are choosing whether you're going for them or not. And this is why the Chariot can be both good and, in a way, bad for the relationship. It doesn't mean that being individualistic is bad in a relationship, but you have to choose from your own. This is the heart, the solar plexus chakra, the driving chakra. You have to see if this relationship actually drives you, and if this relationship is actually helping you, if this relationship is helping you build yourself up, if it's helping you become a better person, and if it's helping the other person to do the same. You call the shots, and you have the power to choose. Romance is in the air. Fairy magic is dancing around, transforming and enhancing your attraction. Stand tall in your power and light. This is great. It can be indicative that you might have other options as well, so you will be the one to choose between them. Okay? So these are all the messages that I received for you. We looked at your energies, at your person's energies. I do feel like you both are going through some transformations, through some transformative moments, and I do feel like they've been through some emotional things by themselves and through some mental challenges by themselves based on their emotional life. They might need some healing. If it resonates, take your message. But for you, they are ready to be resurrected. They are ready to come out of their peaceful place and play a part, and together with you, you both would have to address your old problems, your own patterns separately and together if you are reconnecting maybe. I do feel some movement, and it's up to you to decide where you would like to move. It's just like this energy that you have to embrace, that you can make informed, good, responsible decision for yourself, which you have to do, and you have to consider that. It's important. Make responsible decisions. Respect yourself and others. And you guys, I hope you liked the reading. If you liked it, like it. Share the comments, what resonated with you, what did not resonate. I really appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel if you feel like it's something that you would like to do. I really appreciate your love and support. Thank you for your time, for sharing it with me today. I wish you nothing but lots of love, luck, and blessings. And you guys, I believe in you. Be happy. And I see you in the next reading. Bye.